The 1979 D Roosevelt Dime is a 10-cent coin struck by the United States Mint at the Denver facility, as indicated by the D mint mark located just above the date on the obverse side of the coin. Part of the long-running Roosevelt Dime series, which began in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt shortly after his death, this coin commemorates his legacy both as a statesman and as a champion of the March of Dimes campaign, which worked tirelessly to combat polio. The series was designed by chief engraver John Sinek, whose initials, JS, are found at the base of Roosevelt's neck on the obverse. The obverse prominently features Roosevelt's left-facing profile with inscriptions that include, "Liberty," to the left of the portrait, "In God We Trust," below his chin, and the year, 1979, on the right, with the small, D, mint mark positioned just above the date, clearly identifying it as a product of the Denver Mint. The reverse of the 1979 D dime displays a central torch representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch symbolizing peace on the left and an oak branch representing strength and independence on the right. Surrounding the reverse design are the inscriptions, "United States of America, 1 dime," and the national motto, "E pluribus unum," a Latin phrase meaning, "out of many, one," which underscores the unity of the American states. From a compositional standpoint, the 1979 D dime is made from the copper-nickel clad system introduced in 1965, consisting of a pure copper core sandwiched between two layers of an alloy made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This gives the coin a total weight of 2.268 grams and a diameter of 17.91 millimeters, with a reeded edge featuring 118 ridges. This composition was designed for durability in circulation while providing a bright metallic finish that reflects light when the coin is new or uncirculated. The Denver Mint produced these coins in extremely high numbers in 1979, resulting in a mintage of over 900 million pieces, making it one of the more common Roosevelt dimes in circulation. Consequently, a 1979 D dime in bad condition, heavily worn, scratched, corroded, or otherwise damaged, typically carries only face value unless it possesses a rare minting error or unique variety. Coins in poor condition often exhibit significant wear, including flattened details on Roosevelt's hair, chin, and facial features, as well as diminished clarity in the lettering and torch design on the reverse. Luster, the reflective quality originally imparted during minting, is generally lost, and surface abrasions, nicks, or discoloration from environmental exposure are common. Exposure to moisture, acids, or improper storage can cause tarnishing, pitting, or corrosion, further degrading the coin's aesthetic and numismatic value. Despite these flaws, even damaged 1979 D dimes retain historical significance as tangible artifacts of everyday commerce in late 20th century America, having circulated through countless pockets, cash registers, vending machines, and banks over the decades. Grading plays a central role in evaluating the coin's condition and value. A heavily circulated 1979 D dime in poor condition may fall into grades such as good G4, very good VG8, or fine F12, while extremely worn coins may be classified as poor P1, or about good AG3, where most design details are nearly obliterated. Professional grading services can certify coins, assigning them a numeric grade on a 70-point scale. However, for a common date like the 1979 D dime, grading in low condition is generally not economically viable, as fees may exceed the coin's market value. Collectors, however, may retain these coins in albums to complete date and mint sets, for educational purposes, or to study wear patterns across decades of circulation. Despite its commonality, the 1979 D dime in bad condition can occasionally reveal minting anomalies that make it of interest to collectors. Potential valuable errors include off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, clipped planchettes, broad strikes, and cut errors, each of which occurs due to misalignment or defects during the striking process. A double die, for instance, may show noticeable doubling in the date or inscriptions, while an off-center strike results in a portion of the design missing from one edge of the coin. Yet, such anomalies are rare, and most 1979 D dimes found in circulation do not possess significant error characteristics, especially in low-grade, heavily worn examples. Attempts to clean or restore a coin in poor condition are generally discouraged, as cleaning can scratch surfaces and remove natural toning, reducing appeal to serious collectors. Historically, the 1979 D-dime represents a period of stable U.S. coinage production. The Denver Mint, a key facility for producing circulating coinage, struck hundreds of millions of dimes annually to meet commerce needs. Unlike proof coins produced for collectors, these business strike dimes were intended for everyday use and thus quickly entered circulation, resulting in extensive wear over decades. The Roosevelt Dime's design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction in 1946, reflecting both the enduring popularity of Roosevelt's image and the practical needs of coinage and commerce. As a modern coin, it contains no precious metals, unlike pre-1965 dimes, meaning intrinsic metal value is minimal, and numismatic interest is primarily based on condition, rarity of errors, or demand for complete collections. Even in poor condition, the 1979 D-dime serves as a useful educational tool for those studying coin grading, wear patterns, and the history of modern U.S. coinage. It allows hobbyists to understand how circulation affects a coin over time, the impact of handling, and the various factors that influence collector value. Collectors may also keep these coins as reference pieces for comparison with higher-grade examples, learning to identify minute differences in strike quality, mint marks, and surface characteristics. Each mark, scratch, or discoloration tells a story of decades of use, providing a tangible connection to the past and a narrative of how coins function as both currency and cultural artifacts. In conclusion, the 1979 D. Roosevelt dime in bad condition is predominantly worth face value due to its high mintage and modern copper-nickel composition. While heavily worn, corroded, or scratched examples are not typically valuable monetarily, they retain historical, educational, and numismatic significance. The coin embodies decades of American economic history, the legacy of President Roosevelt, and the design continuity of one of the United States' most recognized coins. Occasional minting errors can elevate value, but for most collectors, the coin serves as a piece of history and a tangible example of late 20th century circulating currency, demonstrating how everyday objects can carry stories across generations and remain relevant to numismatists, historians, and hobbyists alike. Next up,